Hello friends, this is Nitin Kulkarni. We are now in the final phase of our DevOps journey. The destination is right around the corner, so let's get to it as quickly as possible. In this video, we will see how to deploy our code to production. We will pull our image from the Docker Hub and deploy it on a node that is designated as our production server. The first step to deploy our code on the production server is to establish a link between our prod server, which is this, and the Ansible controller node, because all of our deployment is going to happen through Ansible. So we need to establish the connectivity. Nothing new, exactly the same steps that we did for Selenium grade and test server, right? So, but we need to go to our production server, which is here, go to MobiXterm and create a new session. Everything remains the same. Private key is the same one that we have been using, and let's call this prod server. Okay. Okay, so let's create our ANS admin user. So user add ANS admin. Let's set the password. Password ANS admin. Password is set. Let's add it to the vi sudo. Right here. Okay, it is set. Let's save this file. Let's edit our SHT config file. So vi/etc/ssh/ssh/sht config and set password authentication to yes. Save this file. Okay, so this is done. We need to, of course, restart our SSHT system, ctl restart SSHT. Okay, so now it's done. So this machine is now set up. Now we need to establish connectivity between this machine, which is our controller node, and that machine, the prod server. So again, we need to, yeah, we are already in ANS admin. So I'm just going to take the SSH copy ID command and paste it over here. So I'm going to SSH copy ID and the IP address of the internal IP address of this machine. The prod machine is we'll get it from here, which is this. Okay, copy, go here. Yes. Okay, so it is connected. Now both these machines are now properly connected. Now the next step is to write a playbook, which is a deploy to prod playbook. The deploy to prod playbook is exactly going to be a copy of our deploy to test server. So let's copy that file. So let's open what is inside even that file, right? So let's do an ls. So cat .yaml. So we have to take exactly everything that is here and copy it into our new file. And here I'm going to say sudo vi deploy to prod. Okay, and then I'm just going to paste everything here. Okay, so the only thing that will change is the host name, which is in this case, let's call it prod. Let's save this file. Nothing else to change here. Now we need to go update our hosts file with the IP address of the prod server. So let's do that. So sudo vi/etc/ansible/hosts. And again, the exact same step. We need to copy. We'll copy from here, paste it over here, and just change the IP address to the internal IP address of our prod server. Okay, so let's copy this IP address and paste it over here. Done. So WQ save come out. Now our host is ready. Our YAML file is also ready, and we are now ready to start building our Jenkins job to execute this YAML file, which will pull the code from Docker Hub and deploy it on our prod server. Okay, so let's make sure that our YAML file is there. So there you go. So we have, sorry, I should have renamed, I forgot the YAML extension. So let's do that. So this command, move deploy prod to deploy prod YAML did the trick. So now I have that extension that I was missing earlier. Okay, I think we are ready for our YAML file to be executed through Jenkins. So let's go to Jenkins and build our job. Okay, I'm on my Jenkins dashboard. Let's create a new item. Let's call it deploy to prod. I think it can be a freestyle project. Click OK. And it will look exactly like what we did for our test server, right? So all you have to do is execute the Ansible YAML file that we just wrote. So in the build environment, build step, send files or execute commands over SSH is what we're going to do. Okay, so in the command file, I'm going to say, let me make this bigger, cd/etc/ansible/playbooks. And then I'm going to say Ansible playbook and the name of my deploy to prod YAML file. Yeah, so I'm going to just paste it over here, and now my job is now ready to run. I would expect this job to fail. Let's see why, right? So let's run this manually first. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's a different error than what I was expecting. No hosts matched. Okay, so something is wrong with our host file. Let's check that. Silly mistake. I should have called this prod. Okay, so let's save this now. Let's make sure that's what our file is. Also referring to it as, so cat, yep, prod and prod, right? So just to double check one more time. And prod. So we are good. Now let's the file is already saved. Let's go back to Jenkins and run it again. Build now. Okay, it is trying to do something. Okay, so again something went wrong. Let's see what it is. Well, I don't know what happened. I just ran the job one more time, and this time it went past that error. So it started installing Docker, starting Docker previous version, and now we are getting an error saying that the task includes an option with an undefined variable. The error was job name. Job name is undefined. So this is the error that I was expecting. So the obviously the error, the reason is in our YAML file we have this variable called a job name defined, and we are not passing that variable anywhere in the Jenkins job. So let's fix that first, right? So let's go to our deploy to prod job, configure, and then go to our build section, and then here we are going to say hyphen hyphen extra vars. This is something that we had done previously also. Extra vars job name equal to, where do we get the job name from, right? And now we cannot, the trick here is that we cannot use the current job name. So I cannot use the dollar Jenkins variable. I cannot use this particular Jenkins variable here. The build number or job name. I cannot use this. Why? Because my image was stored with the build push job, right? That is the name of my image over there. I cannot, therefore I cannot use it. Therefore, I have to have another variable defined that contains my job name, right? So for now, I'm just going to call it job name. Now, where is this variable going to come from? Dollar job name, right? Where is this variable going to come from? So this variable is going to come from, I'm going to define a parameter here, just like what we did for our testing. So this project is parameterized, and I'm going to say, call it a string parameter, and I'm going to call it job name. So this parameter name and this parameter name is the same. Okay, so far so good, right? Now the question is, who is going to pass this job a variable called a job name with the right name in it, right? So for that, we have to look at which job is going to run before this job. So as per our chain, the job that is going to run before this is our integration phase. Now, before we do anything, we need to install a plugin called as parameterized trigger, which normally should be installed along with the Jenkins installation, but for some reason it was not installed. So I'm going to select this parameterized trigger, install without restart. Okay, it should take a couple of seconds for it to finish. Okay, it's a success. Now let's go back to what we were doing before. So we were saying that the job that is going to run before our deploy to prod job is integration testing phase. So let's go click on the integration testing phase. Let's go to configure, and then within that go to build settings and add post build action. And in this you will find this option here saying trigger parameterized build on other project. Select that. And now you have to give the name of the job that we want to run. So our name of the job is deploy, dploy, deploy to prod. Okay. Trigger is built when the build is stable. And now here is where I can specify the parameter that I want to pass to this particular to the next build that I'm going to run, right? So I will select I'm going to add a parameter. So let's say I want to add a predefined parameter, and within that I'm going to say job name equal to dollar job name. Okay, so that's what I will do over here, and then click apply. The question now becomes, where am I going to get the job name inside my integration testing phase job? So at the end of the day, our goal is to pass the name build and push image to our deploy to prod job. So let's see how to do that. So I'm going to scroll up and I'm going to add or already added a parameter called as job name inside this particular job, right? So I'm going to click apply and click save. Now I will go back to my Jenkins dashboard, open this job and configure this job and then scroll to post build actions. Now here we already have this build other projects. I'm going to delete this and instead I'm going to say build other projects with trigger parameterized build on other projects, right? So the name of the project is still the same. And now I'm going to add a parameter. I'm going to say predefined parameter and I'm going to say job name equal to, now I want the current build's job name or current job name. So I'm going to say dollar job underscore name. Okay, so what this will do is it will pick up this name, build and push image. It will give it to integration phase. Integration phase will accept it, and as a part of its post build action, it will pass that value to the deploy to prod job. And then let's see what happens in deploy to prod job. If you go back to our Jenkins, go to deploy to prod, configure. So that value passed by the previous job, the integration phase job, will be collected in the job name field. I don't want any default value. Okay, let's clear that, and then it will be used over here. So at the end of the day, we want our Ansible deploy to prod YAML to be run as a parameterized YAML file. Okay, so let's. I think we are all set. Let's save all of this and click our trigger our build, right? So let's trigger an end-to-end build by making a small change in our JSP page. So this is our JSP page, and let's make a very small change, insignificant change to the JSP page just to trigger our build. Let's call it residence address, and let's call it cell number. Right, so no material change made to the JSP page. So let's now save it and let's commit the code and let's call it small change, commit and push, close. Let's go to our Jenkins dashboard and let's see, this is our build var. This is what is running right now. It's a success. Let's go to our build and push image to see what's going on there. It is pending. It will start in a second. So it started. Let's go to console. It's pushed. Okay, our push image job is done. Let's go to integration testing phase and let's see what's happening there. It should trigger in a second. Triggered. Let's go to console output. Okay, it is running. It should be running our test cases very soon. So tests will start. Nothing should change because we have not made any material change to the code. So it should not impact. So test and 1, failure 0, error 0, skipped 0, deploy to prod. So this is where we should be running with no issues this time. So let it trigger. Okay, triggered. Let's go here. So it is running through. So look here, the job name is build and push image. So we were successfully able to pass the name of the job and now it should be able to pull the image successfully. All right, so it is successful now. Everything ran through successfully. That means our new latest JSP is technically deployed to prod after having passed all the test cases. So let's check that. So let's go to our prod server, which is this, not this. Where is it? Yep, this is it. Let's take the IP address of it, of the prod server, right? And oh, it's already there. Is it the same? 1822.35.11. No, it's a different IP address. Okay, so this is the IP address of our prod server. Okay, so we have our residence address and we have our cell number field updated here. So that's it. We have successfully finally deployed our code to prod. It has gone through several stages. It went through compilation stage, it went through building the image stage, pushing the image to the Docker Hub, deploying the code on the test server, testing the code using Selenium Grid, and then finally deploying the code to the production server. So I think that's it. That is the end of our DevOps journey. I hope this sessions have been useful to you and should get you started on the DevOps path. So all the best to you, and I really thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching these videos, and please feel free to comment on the in the comment section below, point out any mistakes or point out any better ways of doing things. I would really appreciate that. So thanks again, and I hope to see you soon in my next series of videos that I'll be posting very soon.